we're getting a little spicy today in the kitchen with an easy dinner recipe for spicy eggplant with rice. It's super simple, just a few steps. It's so much better than takeout. You're going to love it. So let's get started. What you'll need is a pound of eggplant, already chopped, peeled, and cubed, a little teaspoon of coconut oil, which is super healthy, no trans fats, no cholesterol. It's a great way to cook. You're going to need some sesame oil. You'll need a tablespoon of chopped garlic, which makes everything super good. Also a tablespoon of chopped scallions, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce, and a teaspoon of red chili flakes. If you like it a little spicier, you can add a little more, a little less spicy, take some of that out. And then a tablespoon of bean sauce, and then also a little teaspoon of brown sugar just to bring a little bit of sweetness to it. So half a cup of water, your 2 cups of rice, your vegetable broth, about 3 cups will work for that. Then we're gonna have a little bit of zest on the end just for some pretty color and a little extra kick. So how we'll get started is in our 2-quart saucepan today. What we wanna do is put this on about a medium-high heat. And these get hot really quick, so make sure you watch these. We're gonna add our rice. Okay, we're using a jasmine rice. You can use a basmati rice, whatever you'd like to use, whatever that you tend to like. We like the jasmine fragrance right now, so we're gonna use that today. And our 3 cups of homemade vegetable stock. Vegetable stock, so versatile to have in your refrigerator. You can make it from scratch, super easy to do. You can buy bouillon, whatever works for you in your time constraints, but it's nice to have around. So what we'll do is we're gonna let this just mix our stock in with our rice just a little bit. This is gonna cook for about 7 minutes. Once we hear our NutriValve start to click, we will then turn it down to low heat, let it cook for about another 10 minutes, and then once that's done, we're gonna turn it off and then let it rest. But while our rice is cooking, we're gonna use our 10.5-inch skillet to make this great eggplant. So let's get that heated up on a medium high. It's only gonna take about 2 minutes at the most to get this warm. Okay, then we're gonna add our coconut oil. And again, coconut oil, if you haven't researched a lot about it, take a little bit of time, go online and see about it. Again, there's no trans fat, there's no cholesterol, no sodium. It's just a great alternative for the recipes that need just a little bit of something in them so your food doesn't burn, but it's a great thing to have in the pantry, and you don't have to put it in the refrigerator. It stays right in the cabinet fine. Okay, so we'll let this heat just a few seconds. Again, it goes really quickly. Then all we're gonna do is add our eggplant. It just takes about 2 or 3 minutes just to get it cooked a little bit. You don't want it mushy, you don't want to burn it, of course, so just a couple of minutes in the pan and it's ready to go. You want a little bit of a bite to it. That's the thing about eggplant. You don't want to overcook it because it will get mushy. If you haven't used a lot of eggplant, it's such an easy thing to do. You can leave them peeled, you can slice them, you can use them in place of noodles for lasagna, all different kinds of things you can do with eggplant. And it is absolutely chock full of vitamins. So we're just going to stir this around for 2 minutes, and then what we'll do once this cooks down, we're just going to take it completely out of the pan because we're going to use the same pan to make our sauce. What does that mean for you? Less cleaning up after, which is always nice for everybody, especially on a Wednesday night dinner. You want to keep stirring it just so it doesn't burn. They will burn pretty quickly, so just watch your stove, watch your pan. If it needs to go down a little bit, just turn the heat down a little bit. Okay, I think this is probably ready, so let's just put it in a bowl. Smells good. It smells very fresh. Eggplant doesn't have like a whole lot of flavor on its own. It's basically like tofu. It's gonna be what flavor you put with it most of the time. That gives it a good smell and taste, but it's a great hearty little vegetable. Okay, so that's ready to go. So, time for our sauce. Once you get everything in the bowls, the sauce is gonna go by really quickly. Super easy to do. So what we'll do is we're gonna start with our sesame oil. If you haven't used sesame oil, get a little jar for your pantry. It is wonderful. The scent that brings and the rich nutty tone that puts in food, you can't beat it. Of course, garlic, always garlic. Garlic and sesame oil. I wish you could smell this with me. You could see just how great it smells. I'm going to add our scallions, another wonderful fragrance here. And why order takeout when you can just do it on your own? Put our soy sauce in. Most of the time you're going to have a lot of these in your pantry. Maybe not the hoisin sauce or the bean sauce, but they come in little jars right in the Asian section. Easy to get and easy to have on hand. You can add it to kick up a lot of flavors for different dishes. Put the chili flakes in. Again, if you're like me, you don't like a lot of spice, put less. If you like a little bit more, put more in. It's a great thing about chili flakes. And then we'll put our bean sauce in. Also a nice rich tone here. So we have these great brown Asian sauces. It just brings in such a good deep flavor. And a little bit of brown sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit. If you think about a lot of maybe like a basic Chinese dish, it always has that little bit of sweet flavor to it. And the brown sugar has that more molasses type taste to it, so it's very good. Half a cup of water. We don't want this to burn, so get that in there all around. Okay. And then let's just stir it around a little bit. So the goal here is to not have it watery. You want it to thicken up like a nice rich sauce. So you might need to work with your stove a little bit, but we have about an average of 5 to 7 minutes where it's going to take to really thicken and get to that nice consistency that we want. So we're going to let that cook for about 5 to 7 minutes now. Okay, our valve is clicking, so let's give it a quick stir. We're going to let this cook for about another 10 minutes. And it should be ready to go. Once that's done, make sure you turn it down on low. Once it's done, turn it off and move it to the side. Okay, our rice is done, so we'll go ahead and set this off of the heat. And now we just need to mix in our eggplant into our sauce. You can see just how easy this recipe really is. Just coat the eggplant with that nice sauce. And you know, you can put this over other things other than rice. I made this at home and had it over cheese tortellini. Whole different flavor, whole different little world, but it was really good. So you could put this over maybe like a spiral pasta, anything else that you might like for a little versatility. Okay, looks like it's really nice and done. Okay, let's go ahead and put this on a plate. See how it turned out. We're gonna put a little bit of rice on the plate. Such a good smell. Okay. And then just scoop a little bit of the eggplant on top, and you are ready to go. Get a little bit of that sauce on there. Doesn't that look so scrumptious? Okay. Just for a little fun, just for a little color, how about a little bit of zest on top, just to make it pretty. Okay, and that's it. That's all it took to make a super quick, super easy dinner, full of vitamins, full of healthy things to eat for the evening, no takeout, and it was all done in your house. A lot more economical too. Let's see how it is. Very good. You can taste all of those different flavors. That true Asian kick to it with that nice bite of the eggplant. It's really super scrumptious. So try eggplant. I promise you're not going to regret it. You're going to start using it more and more too, so you're going to really like it. So again, don't be afraid of eggplant. Don't be afraid of any vegetable. You can figure out how to cook them. They're so simple and easy, and always an extra nice bit of added health to any dish. And eggplant is also an easy way to make a very good meatless meal as well. Embrace the taste, experience the difference. We'll see you next time.